We don't do generic probiotics because lactobacillus or bifidobacterium alone doesn't tell you anything meaningful about what that bacteria will actually do in your body. What matters is the strain. Those are those letters and numbers at the end of the name. That identifier tells you the genetic fingerprint and, most importantly, the role it plays in metabolism, stress response, immune signaling, and that gut-brain axis. And that's why our complete probiotic is strain specific. Each of these strains was selected not just for survivability, but for function, supporting that gut barrier integrity, calming inflammatory signaling, influencing neurotransmitter pathways, and improving that metabolic communication between the gut and the brain. When we formulated Complete Probiotic, digestion wasn't the primary goal. The goal was supporting the gut-brain metabolism axis using strain-specific bacteria. These have been studied for measurable outcomes and understood mechanisms of action. And this matters. In probiotics, the letters and numbers at the end of the strain name aren't just random. That identifier tells you which genetic strain it is, and different strains of the same species can influence the body in very different ways. Here's what that looks like in practice. You have Bifidobacterium lactis B420. That B420 identifier is the key. In a 6-month human clinical study, this strain was associated with reductions in body fat and waist circumference. It produced lower caloric intake and support for lean mass. It's been shown to support short-chain fatty acid production, beneficial microbial balance, and enteroendocrine signaling, involving those pathways involved with appetite and metabolic regulation. Then you have Lactobacillus plantarum DR7. DR7 is what makes it unique. Human studies have shown that this strain supports a healthy stress response. Then you have Lactobacillus acidophilus UALA01. Again, that identifier matters. This strain has been studied in humans for its ability to support body comp and metabolic markers, particularly during hormonal transitions, through improved gut barrier integrity and reduced inflammatory signaling. These strains don't just support digestion, they participate in communication between the gut, the nervous system, and the metabolism. So here's what this can look like in your day. You take Complete Probiotic in the morning as part of how you support your system before the day even begins. As the hours go on, things may feel a little more steady. The everyday stress, the kind that quietly influences mood, cravings, and reactivity, doesn't feel quite as heavy. This is where the emerging science around psychobiotics comes in. Probiotic strains that have been studied for their ability to support mood-related pathways through the gut-brain axis. Instead of stress driving every decision, instead of your feelings pulled by cravings or energy dips, your day feels more even, more grounded, more manageable. Meals feel more satisfying, cravings feel less urgent, your mood feels supported rather than stretched thin. Nothing dramatic, no stimulation, just systems being supported in the background. That's why Complete Probiotic was recognized with the Nexty Product of the Year award. The innovation was in the formulation approach, combining clinically studied strain-specific probiotics to support overall gut health while also addressing 2 key areas: mood regulation and metabolic support. By selecting strains researched for microbial balance, stress response signaling, and metabolic communication, this formula reflects where gut health science is going, toward precision, functionality, and real-world relevance. When the microbiome is supported this way, the benefits extend beyond digestion. They show up in steadier mood, quieter cravings, and a metabolism that feels more responsive over time. That's the kind of gut health innovation that earns recognition.